Say debugging tests. Yesterday we discussed theory part, debugging tests. See once again, what is debugging? What is debugging? Locating and isolating errors through step-by-step execution. Locating and isolating errors through step-by-step execution. Next, actually, debugging is optional in our test automation using UFT. When it is required exactly, say debugging. Debugging is optional. Suppose if we create 100 tests for our project, 90 tests executing properly and providing correct output, no need to debug those tests. For remaining tests only, you can think about debugging. Next, when debugging is required, see, when debugging is required, see, whenever test is not showing any errors and not providing correct output, their debugging is required. See, whenever test is not showing any errors, not showing any errors and not providing correct output, next, how to debug? How to debug? Using VBScript debug commands and breakpoints. See, first I will prepare one small script. Just a minute. Login functionality. Make it as reusable component. Function login arguments agent password. Next, pass arguments as parameters. Call the function call login of values. Suppose ABCD Mercury. Run the script. Executing. Next, make it as external function. Cut this code. Open Notepad. Save as VBS file. Suppose abc.vbs. Associate that file. Associate the library file. You know how to associate. File, settings, resources. Click add icon. Browse path of the library file. Apply OK. Say dim A, B, C. A equal to 10, B equal to 20, C equal to A plus B. Next, suppose A minus B, A multiply B. Okay. See, observe this small script. In this script, some normal statements. These are normal statements and one function call. If you select run command, it will execute at a time, means continuously, no break. See, run. Executed, over. If you want to execute step by step, select debug commands. See, I will introduce important debug commands. First one, step into. Shortcut key F11. Here shortcut key is important. Otherwise, for every statement you need to navigate that run menu. Run menu. Use shortcut keys. Next, step over. Shortcut key F10. Next, step out. Shortcut key Shift F11. Shift F11. Next one, breakpoint is there. Breakpoint. Shortcut key F9. First, what is step into? It has three functionalities. First one, it starts the execution. Whenever you choose step into for first time, it starts the execution. It starts the execution. Next, after execution starts, it executes one statement at a time. Once again, if you select step into, it executes one statement at a time. It executes one statement at a time. Next, if it is function call, it executes one function statement at a time, not all statements. If it is function call, it opens the function and executes one function statement at a time. Observe. See run menu, step into one statement at a time. Again select F11, one statement. See function call, it opens the function and executes one statement. Then you can find the errors. You can locate the errors. If any internal errors are there, you can locate. Any human errors are there, you can locate. Next, normal statements. Tell me, what is step into command?
That will go step one by one.
It has three functionalities. What are the three functionalities? First functionality, it starts the execution. Next, it executes one statement at a time, one normal statement at a time. Next, if it is function call, it opens the function and executes one statement at a time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Next, step over. It has two functionalities. Step over. First one, first of all, it doesn't start the execution. After execution starts, you can use this command. It executes one statement at a time. See, for executing one statement at a time, step into already there. Then what is the specialty of step over? See, it executes all function statements at a time. See, functions, reusable components. Suppose you already tested functions, you no need to execute step by step. You can use step over to execute all function statements at a time. See, at a time means all function statements at a time means continuous execution. It executes all function statements at a time. At a time means continuous execution. And one more thing, Once you open the function using step into, then step over also helpless. It executes one function statement at a time. Before opening the function, if you select step over, it can execute all function statements at a time. Once you open the function using step into, then step over also executes one statement at a time. Observe. See, step over disabled. Why? It doesn't start the execution. It doesn't start the execution. First select step into. Next step over F10. Step over enabled. See, after execution starts, if you select either step into or step over, functionality is same. See, step into or step over. Function call. Here if you select step over, what will happen?
It will execute continuously.
Continuously. See. Again, normal statements. You can use either step over or step into. See once again. See function call. Step into. Just open the function. Use step over. It executes one statement at a time only. See. Got the point? Tell me what is step over command?
Step over continuous execution.
Is it answer? What is step over? It has two functionalities. First functionality, it executes one normal statement at a time. Next, if it is function call, it executes all function statements at a time. But one limitation, once you open the function using step into, then step over also helpless. It executes one statement at a time only. Before opening the function, if you select step over, it can execute all function statements at a time. Means continuous execution. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next, step out. What is step out? It has only one functionality. First of all, it doesn't start the execution. Next, it doesn't execute normal statements. It executes function statements only. Suppose once you open the function using step into, suppose in our function 80 statements are there. You open the function. After executing 4 or 5 statements, your problem rectified. You want to skip the function. That time use step out. It executes all remaining function statements at a time. See. It executes all remaining function statements at a time. Say. Start the execution. Observe step out in disabled state. Why? It doesn't start the execution. Next, again step out in disabled state. It doesn't execute normal statements. Open the function. If you want to execute all remaining function statements at a time, then choose step out. See, executing. Next, again step out disabled. Why it doesn't execute normal statements? Okay na? What is step out? What is step out command functionality?
Execute function statements.
It executes all remaining function statements at a time. Next, breakpoint. It pauses the execution. What is the purpose of breakpoints? Say we have two types of execution. So far we used two types of execution. One is, say, types of execution. One is at a time execution, means continuous execution. At a time execution using run command. Next, step-by-step execution. Step-by-step execution using debug commands. Debug commands. Next, hybrid execution. Suppose I want to execute some part of the script at a time, remaining portion of the script step by step. For that you can use breakpoints. See, hybrid execution. Using run command, debug commands, and breakpoints. Observe. Say, place cursor and press F9 for remove, for inserting and remove same shortcut key. Once again press F9, breakpoint removed. Otherwise, place cursor in desired location, go to run menu, insert or remove breakpoint. Same navigation for inserting and removing breakpoint. See, I divided the script into three portions. First portion step by step, middle portion at a time, again last portion step by step. First portion step by step, last portion step by step, middle portion at a time. First portion step by step. Select debug commands. Put mute, debug commands. Step into. Next, middle portion at a time. See, continue means run command acts as continue. Next, again last portion step by step. Okay na? What is the purpose of inserting breakpoints? Purpose of inserting breakpoints. You are confusing. For hybrid execution, if you want to execute some part of the script at a time, some part of the script step by step, then choose breakpoints. Getting any confusion?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
See
Getting.
once again. Suppose if you want to execute the test script at a time, means continuous execution. How to execute? If you want to execute the test script at a time, how to execute?
Run command.
Run command. Next, if you want to execute the test script step by step, how to execute?
Debug.
Debug commands. Run command single, debug commands multiple. Next, if you want to execute some part of the script at a time, remaining part of the script step by step, how to execute?
Breakpoints.
Not only breakpoints, using run command, debug commands and breakpoints. See, this is about debugging tests. Next, database objects incomplete na continuation. Database objects. See, in this area we have 3 object models. Our test automation point of view, 2 object models important. First one, database connection object. Database connection object. You know what is the functionality of database connection object? It is used to connect to database, any database. Connection string only varies from one database to another database. See, it is used to connect to a database. Any database. Next, create database connection object. Create database connection object. See, set variable equal to create object of what is the class value for creating database connection object? Class value for creating database connection object. ADODB dot connection. ActiveX data objects database. ADODB dot connection. Next, database record set object. Database record set object. What is the functionality of database record set object? It is used to perform operations on database tables, nothing but records. It is used to perform operations on database tables. Next, create database record set object. Set variable equal to create object of within double quotes class value. What is the class value for creating record set object? Database record set object. You need to remember class values. No context help for getting class values by heart. ADO DB dot record set, not case sensitive. See, create one database, suppose MS Access. Just a minute. New is desktop. Okay. Test DB, any meaningful name. Suppose agent fields password. Test 1 Mercury. Test 2, test 3, 4, 5. Suppose 5 records. Save. Table name login. Just a minute. Next, my requirement is read test data from a database and perform data-driven testing for login operation. First create login test. Stop. Run it once, dry run. Okay. Next, fetch the data and connect. Observe. Dem obj connection obj record set, any meaningful names you can use. Next, set obj connection equal to create object of class value adodb dot connection. Next, create record set object. This is also main object. Next, create connection string. See, connection string only varies from one database to another. Object same. You need to remember connection strings. What is the connection string for MS Access? What is the connection string for Oracle and SQL Server, etc. Otherwise, one method is there. See, just a minute. Create connection string for MS Access database. See, launch Notepad and save as UDL, Universal Data Locator, UDL file. Suppose a.udl. Save with UDL extension. Next, click this file. Here, provider. Observe. Microsoft Office Access Database Engine. Next, Oracle. Next, SQL Server, etc. Suppose yours is Oracle database. Select Oracle. Next, here enter server name and username password. Get the server name and username password from network administrator and enter. Suppose SQL Server. Select SQL Server. Next, enter server name, username, password. Suppose MS Access. For MS Access, no server name, no username, passwords required. It is file, C. Select MS Access. OK. Open with Notepad. See, provider equal to, you copy this one. See, obj connection dot provider property. provider equal to how to get connection string? Tell me. Just I am removing this one. How to get connection string? Tell me. Tell me the navigation. How to get connection string? Suppose for MS Access database, see create notepad and save as UDL file. Suppose ax.udl. Next, click this file. Just a minute. Earlier it was there now. See, some problem happened in my machine. Just tell me the navigation. Create. Just a minute. Generate connection string. For MS Access database. That is fixed. You can remember that one. Otherwise, you can generate using UDL file. First, launch notepad. Next, save as UDL file. Next, click on UDL file. Next, select database as MS Access. Okay. Next, open the file with notepad. Get the connection string. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Next, obj connection dot open. Provide path of the database. Next, obj connection dot obj record set. Dot open. Enter select statement. Select fields agent comma password from table name login. next comma, active connection, connection object, next use loop statements, do until obj record set, do until obj record set dot eof, end of file, equal to true. Next, connect the data. Obj record set dot fields of first field agent. Next, obj record set dot fields property of, just a minute, password. If you want to observe the test execution process, insert wait statement. Next, close the connection and record set objects dot close. Dot close. Next, release the memory. Set obj record set equal to nothing. Next, set obj connection equal to nothing. Observe. See, first record, test 1. Why again test 1? Oh. One statement missing. Obj record set dot move to next record. Move next. Run the script. See, test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, test 5. See some mixed examples. Create Excel. text file. Observe, in this database, login table is there and 5 records are there. I want to export that records to Excel. See, reading from database and writing to Excel. Combination of database and Excel objects. Just a minute. Export data from a database to Excel file. Next, export data from a database to a text file. Text file. Next, export data from an Excel to text file. Next, reverse. Export data from a text file to an Excel file. Understand the requirements?
Yes, sir.
See, first requirement, export data from database to Excel file. Observe here, database, login table, 5 records. I want to export this data to ABC Excel first sheet. First sheet. See, in this script, combination of database and Excel objects. See, dim, guide me. First to declare variables. Source is database, destination is Excel. Dim obj connection, obj record set, obj Excel, obj workbook, obj worksheet, sub-object and sub-sub-object. First, create database connection object. Tell me how to create database connection object. Tell me the syntax. Database connection object. Set obj connection
Equals to.
You are not responding today. Common syntax na. Create object. This built-in function of VBScript. Create object of class value. What is the class value for creating database connection object?
ADOB.
DB.
DB.
Dot. Database. 2-3 times I explained this one. ADODB dot connection. Next, create database record set object. set variable equal to create object of ADODB dot record set. Next, create Excel application object. Set obj Excel equal to create object of class value Excel dot
Excel.application.
application. Next, create workbook object, Excel workbook object. Set obj workbook equal to obj Excel dot workbooks. Workbooks property dot file already exists, so use open method of file path. Next, create worksheet object. Set variable equal to obj workbook dot worksheets. Worksheets of first sheet. I want to export to first sheet. Okay, all objects created. Next, generate connection string. Obj connection dot provider equal to you need to remember this one, otherwise you can generate. Next, open the file, database file, obj connection dot open, path of the file. Next, fetch data using record set object. Obj record set dot open, select agent comma password from table name login. Next, connection object reference active connection, obj connection. Say here source is database, destination Excel. Source right side, destination left side. See, in computer programming, value assignment from right to left. X equal to 100. 100 is right side. That is value. That is source. See, in computer programming, value assignment from right to left. First, do until obj record set dot at end of file eof equal to true. If we use do while equal to false. Next, export the data. Just a minute. Here no column headers also. You can define column headers before loop. Obj worksheet dot cells of 1, 1 first row first column equal to agent next first row second column password. Next obj worksheet. Here no variable in loop now. You initialize one variable I equal to 2. Why 2? From second row onwards write the data. First row column header I comma 1 equal to obj record set dot fields property of agent. Next I comma 2 second column password increment I equal to I plus 1. One more statement, move next. Move to next record. Next we are writing data to Excel. Save the Excel. Save is workbook level. Workbook level operation. Dot save. Next quit Excel. Next set release the memory for all objects. Before that close connection. Dot close. Set obj record set equal to nothing. Next set obj records obj connection equal to nothing. worksheet, workbook, Excel. Observe, run the script, over, open Excel, observe data exported now.
Yes, sir.
See, from database to Excel. So you practice these scripts. Next, database to text file. Text file. See. Remove Excel objects. See, in this script, combination of database objects and file system object. OBJ FSO, OBJ text stream. Create file system object. Set OBJ FSO equal to create object of scripting.file system object. Scripting.file system object. Next, create text stream object. Tell me how to create text stream object.
Text tree.
How to create text stream object. Sub object of file system object. Several times we used this syntax. Set variable equal to file system object obj fso dot file already exists. Use open text file method. If file not exists, use create text file method. See, type O, open text file of file path. Next, we are going to write the data. What is the write mode? What is the write file mode?
1.
1 for reading.
0.
No 0. 1 for read, 2 for write, 8 for append. Only 3 modes.
1 to 8, yeah.
1 to 8. Next. See, if you want line header, you can use how? obj text stream dot write line agent password. See, you have to read 2 fields for every record, agent and password, and write to single line in text file. See how? Write line just a minute. concatenate, suppose delimiter comma space optional, again field 2. See, variable not required. Obj text stream dot close. Next, set obj text stream equal to nothing. Set obj fso equal to nothing. Observe, text file blank. Run the script. Over. Exported na?
Yes, sir.
Database to text. Next, Excel to text. Excel to text. Just a minute. We have Excel objects now. Excel to, what is the third example? Excel to text. Suppose text file blank. Excel first sheet having 5 records. I want to export to this text file. Okay. Read Excel. If you want to read Excel, first to take row count. Just a minute. Obj Excel. Workbook. Worksheet. Next, one more variable, a row count. A row count. Row count equal to, tell me rows count. How to take rows count? obj worksheet dot used range, data range,
Dot
used
rows.
range dot rows dot count. Next, use loop for I equal to 2. See second row onwards data, first row column header. 2 to row count. Step 1. Next, this time source is Excel, destination text file. So right side Excel, left side text file. See obj text stream dot write line space, don't use equal to, obj worksheet dot cells of I comma first column, I rows, first value rows, second value columns. Concatenate, suppose comma space, again concatenate second column. I comma 2. Here only writing na 2. Only single statement. Next, close. See in file system object model, no save method. Close means save and close. Run the script. Over. Open the text file. Data exported. If you want line header, just a minute. Dot write line agent password. Run the script, it will overwrite. Just a minute. Over. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Excel to text file. Okay. Next, reverse. Text to Excel. Suppose data available in text file, I want to export to Excel file. See in this Excel file, no data, text file 5 records, text to Excel. No row count required. See, define column headers. Worksheet dot cells of 1 comma 1 equal to agent dot cells of 1 comma 2 second column. Password. We are writing data to Excel na, save required. Here file mode 1 default. Say read data from text to export data from text to Excel. Which one is right side? Export data from text file to Excel file. Which one is right side?
Source means Excel is source means.
Excel is source. Export data from text file to Excel.
Text file is source.
Yes, text file right side. Observe. Data available in text file exporting to Excel file first sheet. See. Do okay. obj text stream dot at end of stream equal to false if it is until true. Next, here variable required I equal to 2. Observe, one small problem is there. Here every line having two fields, agent, password. We need to split and export to two different columns in Excel. Getting the point? Read line by line from text file and split and export to two columns. Every row having two columns in Excel, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
See, you know how to split. Take one variable, my line. It's just variable. You can use any variable, any meaningful variable. My line equal to first read line. Dot read line. Next, take one more variable, my field equal to split of my line, comma. See, in that file, comma space is the delimiter. Just a minute. Within double quotes, comma space. Next, export See, right side text file, source, left side Excel, destination, I comma 1 equal to, I comma 1 equal to, what is the first column? Tell me, we are splitting the line and storing into my field variable. Now my field is array variable. My field of 0, my field of 0 first value, my field of 1 second value. Suppose if 10 fields are there, my field of 0, 1, 2 up to 9. Say my field of 0. My field of 1. For I increment, I equal to I plus 1. Run the script. My field of 1. What's the problem? Oh, I comma 2. Still obj work, try to locate the problem. Worksheet dot cells I comma 2 equal to my field of 1. Oh, first line is not column header. First line is not data. First line is not data. It is line header. Skip that line.
Skip line.
Skip line method is there. Just a minute. See, open Excel. 2 times opened. Okay, blank. Over. Data exported now.
Yes, sir.
Send 2 assignments to you. Just a minute. See, first assignment, Excel to export data from Excel file to database. See, if you fulfill these 2 requirements, then we cover all combinations. Now we covered database to Excel, database to text, to Excel to text, to text to Excel. Next, Excel to database, text file to database. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.